So the very first step I'm going to go in with is my Dove Beauty Soap, which I love so much. It's super gentle on the skin and it doesn't dry out the skin. So love this product very much. Pat dry very quickly just to move on to the next step. I'm going to now exfoliate with one of my favorite exfoliation products. I'm going to leave all the products that I've used in this video in the description box below, so keep tuned for that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to just quickly pat dry before we move on to the next step. My skin is already feeling super soft and fresh. I'm going to go in and hydrate the skin because remember we want a very nice dewy hydrated look. So I'm just going to let that sit in and let the skin really absorb all that good moisture. The next step, I'm going to go in again with one of my favorite South African products, which is super hydrating. Again, I'll leave it down below, and this is just going to lock in all that moisture. It's a very light serum with hyaluronic acid as well, which is great. And I'm going to go in and just massage my skin and make sure that also gets the hydration it needs. And then I'm going to go in and just do a little bit of eye contouring and just depuff the eye area. Of course, we never leave the house without sunscreen, sun protection. Oh my goodness gracious, ladies. Sun protection is very important. I'm sure by now we know how important sunscreen is for all seasons throughout the year. So I'm just going to spread that out evenly, and I'll leave that in the description box below. Next step, I'm going to go in with my foundation. Love this. This is the Maybelline, I forgot the full name, but of course it'll be down below, and I'm just going to blend it in. I love it because it has this really beautiful yellow undertone compared to other foundations that might have like a gray undertone. So this one is really fantastic because it really does match the skin tone pretty well, and it's got a bit of a slightly mattifying finish, so I don't use too much powder. Anyways, so I'm just going to let that soak in with some more moist hydration and let that really settle in. We really got a really nice dewy look, which I'm loving. So I'm going to go in, we're going to conceal any spots that we don't want, and now we're also going to brighten areas just so we don't look tired and all that good stuff. So we have under the eyes, on the forehead, a little bit on the nose, on the tip of the nose as well. And of course, now it's time to blend. So as you can see, I don't use a beauty blender. I'm very happy using my classic foundation brush. I feel like I get the same finish when I use a foundation brush. It doesn't have to be a beauty blender. I still get a really nice flawless finish if I don't use a beauty blender. But hey, if you want to use a beauty blender, go for it. Don't let me stop you. But you're more than welcome to use a foundation brush, girls and guys as well. So there we go. We are brightening the skin. As you can see, I look a lot more awake and bright now, which is really great. So let that just blend. It's all about blending. Just want to make sure that it's really, really blended and there aren't any like lines. It just blends well. The next step, with a really good translucent powder, I'm just going to set that concealer underneath. Don't bake. We are not baking. We are just lightly dusting off the concealer just so it doesn't move throughout the day, and only put it in areas where you know you're going to shine, or you get sweaty, or you get oily, right? Because remember, we're trying to get a dewy look. We're not trying to be completely matte. So just put it in the areas where you know you get shiny. I have very oily skin, so I'm going to put it in quite a few places. But you can see I didn't put it on my whole forehead because that like nice glow is really popping. And now I'm going in with some highlighter, which I put on my cheekbone, on my forehead, and also on my chin, a little bit on my brow bone, and a little bit on the tip of my nose, just so it doesn't look too flat from all the product and powdering that we put on. Next step, of course, blush. Love this blush. I have a blush video coming up on how to apply blush this year, just so so keep an eye open for that. And lastly, I'm going to take a big blending brush and just buff everything together so there aren't any lines and everything blends in really well. Last step is just spritzing that look all together. Get that hydration in, get that glow in, and look how gorgeous that looks. It looks like healthy skin to me, if you ask me my opinion. And there we have it, guys. Healthy, dewy skin, healthy foundation routine. I don't know, I like it. Leave your comments below, let me know what your thoughts are. And yeah, this was like a really simple updated foundation routine that I really like. Super simple, super good for the skin as well, and you can really use it like all year round. And I'll see you guys in my next video.